I want to feel your hair right now.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman and Sia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renan than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt. Even though doing so meant defying Renan hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renans wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Mahog Sar. That makes 4 out of the...
Let's see what you've got.
You're finished! You're mine!
Here goes! Let's give it a whirl!
Take this!
You gotta get recover, okay?
The abyssal deep. Double demon fang!
This'll come in handy.
Another incantation ruined.
Thanks, Kisara.
Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
Well, to keep training.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Glacial Spear.
Raging storm! Double demon fang!
Nothing gets by me!
Glacial Spear.
I'm not done! Slice! Double demon fang! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Yours are not the skills
Got
of
it.
just any
I'll
warrior.
leave it to you!
Save your compliments. We have to
Let's
move.
show him just what
Renan
this team can
talented.
do.
Take this! Elusive deity!
Healing
Can you
circle.
take it?
Double demon fang!
Now my call.
Take
Chill!
this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. 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 Hoo! Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Maybe something's going on in the forest. Go no further!
Resonate with the earth! Another incantation ruined. Take off. I shall provide assistance.
It's on!
In here! Ray!
Here I come!
Face you.
Take
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Let's get you all tucked away. Surrender! I'm only getting started.
We did it! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renan eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. Looks like I lost it. Hup. Is this what I think it is? That was disappointing. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always...
Amazed what healing arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right?
But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey, though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danins in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danins in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Now I can let loose! It's over!
Airborne beast. My
Stay calm. I will provide assistance.
I'll be saving this one.
This one's mine.
Make
Here I come!
Clear
You're
for us a
finished!
path.
Arrow squad!
Mega Blade Drop! Double Bang!
Confiscated!
You're mine!
Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
I don't take orders from you.
Swallow Blade!
Reload! There! One more!
Double Demon Fang!
No further.
Mega Ray, do it!
It's Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
You're
blow.
mine!
That'll come in handy.
Take this! You're finished! Devastation!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. All right. There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! Here I come! It's over!
It's
Double
time.
Demon Fang!
Resonate with the earth.
Hear my
Touch
call.
the last night.
Lightning orb!
Take this.
Glacial Steel.
Here I come!
Here's evil!
You're finished!
In here!
The earth
Freeze
lost in
Lancer!
pain.
Get on in there with
In a
ya.
bind.
Here comes!
Take this!
Banana!
It's over!
Glacial Spear! Here's
Double
evil!
Demon Fang!
Freeze Lancer!
It's over!
Prepare to be
Double
seized.
Demon Fang!
Light after
You
raging
can't get out of this.
Take this! It's over!
Here!
Double Demon Fang! You're mine! It's over! Here I come!
In a bind.
Strike! Here! Double
Now!
Demon Fang!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
You're mine!
You're mine!
I'll face
You're
you.
finished! Double Demon Fang! Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. Finally, some open space again.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away. Hey.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. This one will be difficult to predict.
Take this!
Being interrupted.
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
It's over! Giant instant! Here goes!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Resonate with the earth. I'm in your debt.
Where are you going?
Here I come! It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Raging Lunar Storm.
Not today! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Here's
Could be
evil!
abyssal field. Clear for us a
You're
path.
finished!
Devastation!
Devastation! Stardust! Devastation!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
brace yourselves! This one's tough! You'll take this! Here I go! You're finished! No!
Leave the agile one to me.
Glacial
Take
Spear!
this!
Primed and ready!
It's over!
Raging Lunar Storm. The enemy feels constituted.
You'll soon see about that! Mine.
I'll face you.
Reveal! Lightning!
This
Not
one's
on
all
my
mine!
watch!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Damn it! Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're mine! Eat dirt! No escape! Flash! Take this! It's over!
You require
Now!
Try this! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
This isn't looking good!
Take this.
You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not you.
Sometimes I believe you're stronger than you let on. I need to be stronger.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it
This one will be difficult to predict.
You're finished!
Stalagmite!
Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine! Divine! I never miss! It's a duel of the arts! A freezing storm! May 1,000 gales
Airborne scoundrel.
These enemies are a job for yours truly!
I'm ready here!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Double Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
Megasonic
Stay
Thrust!
calm. I shall provide assistance.
Not today!
You require a hand. Can't get out of this!
Wind astral energy!
ready,
This is now!
Blow them away! I can feel my power growing!
Arrows fall!
Take this!
Begin! Confiscated!
It's over! Slash! Double demon! We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Freezing storm! I never miss!
Here I come!
An
Do
astral?
it!
I thought you were
That's
going
my
to wreck
cue!
the
Be
place.
still!
I'm not.
Shut him down!
Lightning orb! None shall escape our begin!
It's on!
Close one!
I'm not done!
Here's a
Swallow blade!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
They're Renan talented.
Take this!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I think I'm getting stronger. Go no further! My astral energy!
It's
Not
over!
on my watch!
Come one, come all! Devastation!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Here I come!
Reload! Let's get you all tucked away!
Can't get out of this!
Here,
Swallow blade!
Leave the insanity to me.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Water, hear my call!
Take this!
Here I
come!
Oh, sorry!
Couldn't make it in time.
From death's abyss! I'm ready! I never miss!
Lightning thrust!
I'll bring you back from death's
Devastate!
abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Too much!
First aid!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Lightning orb!
You're mine!
Blazer!
Double demon fang! Lightning
Now!
Turn the tables on him! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
You're mine! It's over!
You require a hand.
That's quite,
Wow! Look what I just found.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people
Coming through.
Here I come!
The abyssal
You're finished! I'll take you all on! Be still! Devastation!
Cyan instant!
Swallow blade! Move it! Here I come!
Raging cascade!
Catapult!
Cyan instant! The wind's mine! Seal! None shall escape my judgment!
Resonate with the earth!
A whirling struggle. Loud, loud, loud. Magic. Sleep now. Here I go. This one's mine.
Can you take it?
Dance in the wind. Like it and feel.
Strike!
Slide.
Begin!
Fury.
Double team! I'm ready!
Very well. Astral energy. Full throttle.
Elusive deity! You're mine! Rotating pile timer! Double demon fang!
Pierce evil. Confiscated. Freeze lancer.
You're mine! Elusive deity!
Now, none shall escape my judgment.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me. I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured,
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Devastation!
Freeze lancer.
Devastation! Mirage! Here I come! Take it! It's over! You picked the wrong fight!
You're mine. I'm ready.
I'm not done!
Divine streak.
Flaming thrust!
Searing flame. Reload.
I'm ready!
Thousand gales. Here in the tread.
Rotating pile timer!
I'm all stopped up.
Double demon fang!
Annihilation.
I'm ready! Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Begin! Devastation!
Here's the evil. Photon
Double
blast.
demon fang! Get it! Take this! Start up! I'm ready! Here I come!
Astral energy.
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! You're finished!
Don't mind if I do.
Double demon! This one's all mine!
By the power of
Stardust!
sleep now.
Catapult! Devastation! Ignite!
Gale force.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
snake like a finely timed waltz.
You're finished!
Glacial steel. Here's evil.
Devastation!
Freeze lancer.
Take this!
Glacial steel. Here's the evil. Mind if I do?
You're finished! Lightning
Freeze
thrust!
lancer. Let the marksman handle this. Now.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Here I come!
Gale force.
I can feel my power growing!
Go no further.
Take this!
None shall escape
It's
my
over.
judgment. Sleep now.
Double demon
Get
fang!
out of there with the others.
Pile timer!
All right. It's time. Here's the evil.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
I'm not done!
I never miss. Shining supernova. Raging none shall escape my
Ignite.
judgment.
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your
Totally!
pain.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together!
Like a finely timed waltz.
Strike!
Carry you to tread.
Swallow blade! Lightning thrust!
Dusty nail.
Take this! You're finished!
Lightning red coming through. Annihilation. Hear me.
You're mine!
Double demon fang! Come and face me! Elusive deity! You're finished!
Rotating pile
Devastation!
Tornado
Now
drive.
I'm ready.
I'll face
Sleep
you.
do it.
Here I come!
Kisara frozen.
Hammer!
My fists are crushing it out there!
bind? I'm not...
Mega Ray!
Double Demon Fang! Dazzle! This
Where
one's
are
all
you
mine!
going? Mega Ray! Dance in the wind!
Ignite! I'm ready! Dazzle!
All yours, Kisara.
Now!
Mega Ray! One more! Raise the Mega
Double
Ray!
Demon Fang! Dazzle! I'm ready!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
So I still had room to grow.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Here I come!
Freezing storm! Ice tornado!
It's over!
Photon blast! Hear me!
You're finished!
Fury!
Prepare to be seized. Actually, half the pound is more appropriate.
Less talking and more doing.
Splash! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Now!
Raging Luna in a bind.
Water, hear my call!
Ignite!
Resonate with the earth.
Here I come! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
A freezing storm! In the wind! Confiscated!
You're finished!
Ice tornado!
Double Demon Fang!
If it's
Here
in the
I come!
sky, it's 1,000 gales! Carry you to
Take
shreds!
this! You're finished!
Dusty nail!
Here I come! Hut! Hut!
Dance in the wind! You're mine! Air thrust! Light blaster!
That extra training paid off. We got some... good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
I never miss!
It's over!
Sweet
Dazzle!
now!
Devastation!
Flame! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Burning
Flame! Glacial shield! Pierce evil! One at a time! Freeze lancer!
Take this! This one's all mine!
Raging cascade!
Now I can let
A new deck building. Then tonight's meal is on you.
You got it! You're finished!
Take this!
Swallow Blade! Lightning Thrust!
Glacial spear!
Resonate with the earth!
First aid!
Elusive deity! Begin!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Lost! Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Arc sealed! Here I go!
Elusive deity! Swallow Blade!
Confiscated!
I'm ready!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer! My turn! Here I come!
Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Now!
Renan talented.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Guess I misread the
No choice! You're mine!
Freezing storm!
No! This one's all mine! Be still!
Ice tornado!
You're mine! You're mine! It's over!
Arrow shot!
Eternal devastation!
Spread!
Slash! You're finished! Not today! A new melody! Take
Here
it!
goes!
It's over!
Do it!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Clear for us a path!
Will this help?
No further! No escape! Slash!
Healing!
Eternal
Astral
devastation!
energy!
I owe you one. You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
What's with that shining foe over there?
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist. Dance in the wind! Please now, Loretta. I'll be safe. You're mine.
Elusive deity! This one's all mine!
Lightning orb!
Slash!
Whoa!
You picked the wrong
This
fight!
guy is mine.
You're mine! It's over!
This is an
Eternal devastation! Double demon
Now!
blast! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Not a chance! Front!
I'm only getting
You're
started.
on! Double demon blast!
Dance
Elusive deity!
in the wind!
Here I come!
In here! I'll be saving this one.
Take this!
Freeze land! Shining supernova!
It's over! Elusive deity!
Take
Here I
lightning
come!
to death! Thunderbolt! I'm all stopped up.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
What's that big tower over there?
We should be able to cook here.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
I find the sounds of the night to be rather comforting.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess.
Let's see what you've got. I shall ensure you survive this.
Go pop out in your dreams!
Take this! Eternal devastation! Turbo demon fire! In an instant! Impact clock! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Take this! It's over! You picked the wrong
None shall
fight!
escape my judgment!
Eternal
Dreams!
devastation!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! I'm not done! Stardust! Raging Lunar Storm! Mirage!
Firmament Render!
Strike! Swallow Blade!
Take this!
Water!
You're finished! Elusive! I'm ready! Devastation! Surely! In an instant! Impact Block!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Gale Force! Dance in the wind! Glacier Spear!
Here I come!
That one's mine! Thousand Gales! Carry
Who
you
the
to
hell
front.
are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
My astral raging cat!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
We clear my path! I'll be safe! Surrender!
Will this help?
Arrow, here's a healing spell! Water, hear my call! Permanent pressure! Sear and pepper!
Don't suffer in silence. Die.
Tornado!
Enjoy.
Storm! Dance in the wind!
Resonate with the earth.
Air thrust! Healing circle!
Thanks. Hey, what?
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Take this.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shiona's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. and put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important, and learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom, rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Can
Next
big
time, put your own
homie
needs
with the
aside for a
big
second
sword
and think
come
about how
back
someone
in
might
and
react
kick her
first.
ass some more?
Then consider if it's worth
Just
asking
her.
at all.
Rinwell needs to go. Give me Zombie Zephyr, please. I'll take anybody but this bitch. God damn, she's aggravating. Okay, I gotta go there. We go this way first. He was not hiding very well. Okay.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Can I come in here? Or no? Ah, it's locked. Oh, bitch. What's that? There's probably a lot of people who need my pork, but I'm not giving it up.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
Ah, okay, I see now. Okay.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason.
He
Especially
changes
Deadeye.
his mask
I think it'd be
because
best if
in
those
the
two waited outside.
actual like story, how his mask appears here is how
Not
it's
going to
supposed to
happen.
look. I have a costume
I don't think
piece
it's a good
that
idea for us to split up.
is the
It's
visor
too dangerous.
I have on. You can call
Then
it
it's
a
on your
fucking
head, friend.
tiara. You're a
Our base is
tiara.
that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
Allie dying.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Alley hacking
yes.
lungs.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only...
Stop hacking lungs then. No.
Then I'm not gonna stop hacking.
That's a problem.
Oh, actually, I don't need you, buddies. No, wrong one. Oh, hey. Blam. Hey, I'll button. No, I said.
Really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
You didn't condemn him hard enough.
So you're elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
Ha! We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. They're the scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, Leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadime!
Liberator Deadime! You are the true leader of this realm!
We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings!
The Dark Wings rule! Hey, wait up. Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadime said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadime.
This isn't Deadime's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadime signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadime, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh!
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Renan is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Here I go! I'll take you all on! Started. It's over! Water! Here I go! Glacial speed! These ones can run rings around us!
No further!
Shining!
You're mine!
Tempest! Here I go!
Elusive speed!
Started!
You're mine! You're finished! Eternal devastation!
Do it!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Now! Here I come!
Blazing cascade! Burning strike!
Begin!
Now,
Take this!
let's get
You're
that out of the
mine!
way.
It's over!
Go time!
Take this!
More with that!
It's over!
Mega ray!
This could be useful. Damn it!
Out of our way!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Ice tornado!
Take this! Eternal devastation!
Your reflexes will not serve you well
I
here.
never miss!
Hitting pile driver!
Permanent render!
You got flyers!
I've got this!
You're mine!
Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Eternal devastation!
Blaze laser!
You're mine!
Air
It's over!
Do it!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
More for the stockpile! Protocol field! Mega ray!
Leave him flowing to me.
Yeah, and the bubble is
Do it! I think I'm getting stronger.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's...
Discourteous, aren't you? I shall ensure you survive this! Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
It's over!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
Air thrust!
Resonate with the air!
Lightning condenser!
Power surge!
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Rock!
To achieve such harmony
Takes a singular will.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Get lost!
It's over!
They're surrounding us!
Begin!
Vanquish Scarlet!
Swap out! Double Demon Fang! Not today!
Divine Strike!
It's over!
Glacial Spear! Here, do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm not done! Swallow Blade!
I can feel my precision improving.
You got company!
You're mine!
Glacial Spear!
It's over!
Here's evil! Confiscated! Freeze Lancer! Hope this works!
Eternal devastation!
Alright, it's my showtime!
Flying
Free in a bind?
They just sit still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
An astral bond?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Whirling trouble! Blackout! What?
You're finished!
You attack without mercy.
Because I can't afford to hesitate!
Not against the will of the opponent.
So those... This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merely distraction.
There's still more to go!
It's over!
Burning strike! Water, hear my call!
Swallow Blade!
Dead to the
Double
wind!
Demon Fang!
Do it!
Here I come! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Over so soon?
We should be able to cook here.
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine! It's over!
Spread!
Raging
Here's baby! I've got it! They're hiding thick as armor!
Can you take it?
Glad you have your uses!
I'll show you how useful I can be!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Being interrupted. Stalagmite!
Not today!
Here, let me help.
Another incantation ruined.
Eternal devastation!
Hey Cloud, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I was trying to do Vanguard earlier, but it decided to crap.
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Triple Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
Take this! It's over! Eternal devastation! You're lost! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I can feel my power growing!
Let's dispose of the trash.
I'll take you all on!
Healing circle.
Okay, here I go! Get out of this!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
It's over!
Don't mind if I do.
Triple Demon Fang!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you.
That's my cue.
Calm down!
We're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb.
Hey Kane, how's it going?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alright, holy shit, dude.
Take this!
You've only missed, I want to say, maybe 100 streams.
Eternal devastation!
Give or take.
Double Demon Fang!
Don't mind if I do.
The heavens must be smiling.
Yeah, Kane, I've been streaming 5 to 6 days a week for a while now. The only times I don't stream is when I'm not feeling well or I'm really, really fucking tired. It's just during the week it's easier for me to do like a 2 to 3 hour stream because I have to be up early. So I have to, so I don't do the normal 7 p.m. on. No, there's stuff. I'm on the ground floor. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Wait. B3.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
debut performance.
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
Eternal devastation! It got fire!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
This one's coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Take this! It's over!
It's
too much!
Hey, let's...
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
I'll thank you. Take this.
Do it!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
What's this thing?
Yeah, you'll have to do that.
Little help!
Here I come!
I'll thank you.
Double demon
Lightning
fang!
orb!
Crush! Pile drive! Here I come! It's over!
Shattering
Pieces!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that
Pesky
vein.
airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you. Something you wanted to say?
Well, looky here!
Nightbot is my Nightbot that is just not... It's stupid.
Coming through!
We'll just put it that way. It's
Try harder! Now! I'll take you all on!
Don't mind if I do! Annihilation! Thunder field!
You're mine! It's over!
Flying free. They just sit still.
Sia,
Leave
can
the
you
enemy
take care of
arms
them?
to me! No sooner said than done!
No complaints here. No armor that could easily be faced.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Alright, fine. Don't give me money.
Lightning Material!
Prepare to be sealed, oh sweet.
Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! My turn! I'm not done! You're on! You're mine!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware, but that still reminds me.
Theon, astral energy! Full throttle! Dance in the
None
wind!
shall
escape my seal! More for the stockpile!
Here I come! You're finished! Crush!
Arrow squall!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
I've been doing really great lately.
Yeah, what Nightbot was saying is
This place is full of weird machinery.
it's basically
Old and new.
in
Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of
affiliate
unsavory
partnership
research
I
you wouldn't
have
want to see divulged.
with
Even to
AK
other
Racing.
Renans? That's a scary thought.
So it'll do that every now and again, and I get a commission for any chairs that sell.
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason.
Yeah, the chairs. I mean, they're nice, and they are kind of expensive. I ain't pushing anybody to do it. You buy one, you buy one. You just have to use the panel down below the stream window in order for me to get the commission.
It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
What? that a stray? No, those are just enemies. Okay.
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as
Where's
mine.
my 69 Charger?
Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was
Asshole.
because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Shion, your wing.
Indeed.
It's going
Renan
through my
castles
torso.
and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Danon ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
This is why she
How can
needs
you
to
be so
fucking
calm
go.
listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
My hooded homie, you need to come back and you need to kick this bitch around some more. She's working my nerves. Has been working my nerves since I first encountered her.
Coming through. Here I come.
Raging Storm. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Glacial Spear. Pierce Ether. Air Thrust. Take this.
I'll smash you.
You're finished.
Kisara, Commander of Heavens. Phoenix Cyclone.
Dance in the wind.
Resonate with the earth.
All back in their defense. Glad you had their uses.
This one keeps charging.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Okay, so there's 3 dead ends.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Okay, there's a red chest down here, so I'm gonna grab that. Whee!
Let's see what you've got. Take this. I'll take you all on. You're mine. Double Demon Fang. Raging Luna Storm. Look out, fire.
I've got this.
I'm ready.
Still. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that mood.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Not today.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
I'm ready. Commander of Heavens. Phoenix Cyclone.
Glacial Spear.
Think of the other You're finished.
In here. This will come in handy.
I must keep striving.
You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black.
Good advice for all of us, to be honest.
Hey, new equipment.
Okay, was it from... No. There we go. Doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. Alright, so I went there.
Coming through. You're mine. Elusive deity. You're mine. Damn it. Elusive deity. I'm ready.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Here I come.
In a bind? Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
You're finished. Eternal devastation.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. Resonate with the earth.
I'm really getting
Stalagmite.
Air thrust.
Wow, look what I just found.
time to go back this way. Time to go this way. Oh!
I won't forgive you!
Here I come! You're finished!
You gotta help me!
Bestow thy mystic mercy!
None shall escape my judgment! Go sit! I can heal myself, thank you.
Precisely. As a healer, you cannot be wrong.
That's the wisest thing you've ever said!
Be my guest!
I'll heal you all!
Ready and ready!
Prepare to be seen, though fleet of foot.
I'll stop
Actually,
its charge!
perhaps
Thank
more
you, Sarah!
appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
This one's all mine! Burn it! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
It's over! The raging cascade!
Slice! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
In here! I'm out of arrow! Let's get you all cut to walls! Raging cascade! In here!
Here I come!
Let's
It's
get you all
over.
cut to hard sealed!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Vanquish
Swallow
darkness!
blade!
Hear my
Heal!
call!
Crush!
Spread!
Perhaps we ought to recuperate for a while.
I agree. Fighting in this state would be reckless.
Well, I don't know where there's a camp, so I can't. Also, apparently I have to go down. Which I don't get when I've already gone down.
Guess I misread the landing.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You're mine! You're finished!
Not on my watch!
Begin! Eternal devastation!
Up and at 'em! Let's
One's
go!
all mine!
Dance in the wind! Reload! Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here I go!
Flying
Vanquish
free!
darkness! What you think?
I shall provide assistance.
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Here I come! It's over!
Now! Glacial spear! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? Do it! We'll soon see about that!
Here I come! It's over! Crush!
None shall escape my judgment! Alright, it's...
I've still got a ways to go!
Okay.
Out of our way! Raging
It's over!
cascade!
Try harder! No further! Now! Here I come! You're finished! Raging Lunar Storm! Double Demon Fang!
Hear me! This one's mine!
Take this!
Elusive
deity!
Rotating pile driver! Reload! In here! Here I go! Do it!
This engulfs you!
Annihilation! Tempest wall! Alright!
Elusive deity! Damn it! It's too fast! Stand back! You picked the wrong fight!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
What's this thing?
Okay, I can't go either way to get to that. Oh, which means I'm gonna have to go back up and do it again.
An opponent like this should be easy. You're mine! Here I come! It's over! Eternal devastation!
Freezing storm! Light astral energy!
Prepare to be seized! Double demon fang!
Don't mind if I do!
Resonate with the earth!
It's over!
Double demon fang! Crush! You're mine! Thanks! Double demon fang!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
My turn!
Burning strike!
Hold nothing
Here's
back!
evil! Magic
Swallow
is
blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Mega ray!
You're mine!
Reload! Let them handle this! More with
Take
iron
this!
flame!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
I was on the wrong side again. Alrighty. Which means it's over here.
Guess I misread the landing. There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand.
D. Luke? Oh yeah, he does. All right. So this is gonna be the boss that I do, and then I gotta end the stream so that way I can get situated to take my son to bed. Boy! Alright. However, I will change. No.
understand. Did Bayfall lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
The fluidity of your movements is
smash
simply
you!
incredible.
Double demon blast and ghost you!
Go for the weak point!
Eat dirt!
Annihilation!
Crush!
I never miss!
Can you take it?
Now I'm in the groove!
I'll blind you with a shot!
None shall escape my
Now,
judgment!
while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Raging Luna Storm! You're finished! Double demon fang!
Eagle
Fly! Damn it! It's too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Back into the fray!
Double demon fang!
I'll heal you all!
Leave the chargers to me!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
This one's all mine!
Feel like me?
I'll blind you with a shot! Burn in hell! Tectonic punch! Take this! No further!
Here I go!
You're on a roll now! It's over! Crush!
Wow, I'm impressed.
Double demon fang! Clear for us a path! I'm on it!
You're mine! Here goes!
Serpent! Crush! Eternal devastation!
I'll smash you!
Gemini Aqua!
Dark Wind!
Not on my watch! Stay on it! I'm all stuffed up!
A thrilling
One's
performance.
mine! I never miss!
Raging Luna Storm! Try hard! My turn!
Watch this!
Lewis, get!
Flame of Fury! Burning!
Here I go!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Talon Hurricane!
Here goes!
Lewis, get! Can't move!
I couldn't make it in time.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Raging Luna Storm!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I'll bring
Show
you
thy
back from
mystic
death's
mercy!
abyss!
No further!
Resuscitation!
Crumble! You're mine!
I'm here to heal you!
Crush!
First aid!
Now! Take this! I'm not done!
Reinforcements?
Crush! Savage roar!
Not on my watch!
This one's all mine!
I really owe you one.
Eat this! Here I come!
Such unadulterated feeling.
Armor is all mine. Now you see what I can do!
Into the sky! I'll heal you all!
I've let you all down.
Forgive
me.
Healing that move!
Here comes a big one!
This one's mine!
Try harder! Now!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Elusive deity!
I never miss!
Try harder! My turn!
I'll heal you!
Can't get out of this!
Healing circle!
Power surges through me!
Searing here goes! I will!
Dance on the
Don't
wind!
mind if I do!
Double demon!
One annihilation!
Infernal current!
You're such a failure.
You'll pay for that!
Bring you back from death's abyss!
I've used too much.
Far enough! I'll face you! Not done yet! First strike!
Oh, it's taking too much damage! Hear me! Here goes!
Falling behind.
Looks like this one's mine.
Like hell it is.
I've let you all down.
I hope this medicine works as promised.
Now what?
Is this it?
I was overconfident.
Out of the woods, it seems.
Dance on the wind! Behold! The Earth's hope! Tectonic vision! Resonate with the Earth! I can feel the medicine working! Glimmer freezing storm!
No further.
Stay away from my friend!
Ready to go!
Here we go again.
Glacial Spear!
That's what I did. Shooting too high.
I'm all stuffed up!
Here I come! First strike!
Pathetic!
My pride was my downfall.
Forgive me. This one's all mine! Burn in hell! No! Can't end here!
Armor won't save you. Not my finest.
Okay.
understand. Did Bayfall lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
There you go! Don't let up!
Aim for the weak spot.
Mega Ray! Annihilate! Mega Ray!
Will escape! You're mine!
Annihilate! With astral energy!
Here I come!
Raging Luna Storm!
Benediction light.
Not in your dreams!
Here! You're finished!
I suppose I should...
Eternal devastation!
Mega
Try
Ray!
harder! Not a chance! I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Got it! Now's our chance! Raging Cascade!
Can you take it? It's over!
Not so fast! Air thrust!
In a bind?
Light astral sphere!
Eat dirt!
Mega Ray!
Eternal
Big
devastation!
astral energy!
Double demon fang! Eternal devastation!
Air thrust! Cyanic! Mega Ray! Rocket ready! Firmament Ranger!
I'm not done!
Face you.
Arrow healing! Caster!
Elusive deity!
Your helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Divine! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
No further.
Stay away from my friend!
In here! Resuscitation! More for the stockpile!
No rest for the wicked.
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Just what the doctor ordered! Water! Clear our wall! This is what I need! Just what the doctor
Here I
ordered!
come! I'm not done! Now!
Now!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Take this!
Benediction
You're finished!
Shining
Eternal devastation!
Raging
Double
Cascade!
demon fang!
I'm all stopped up!
Eternal torrent!
throbs in pain.
First
More
aid!
Dougal?
Take
Take
and take them down! In the wind! Air
You're mine!
It's
over! I'll face you! This one's all mine!
The fluidity of your movements are simply incredible.
You're mine! Now,
Where
while
are
it's
you
reeling!
going? Take it down!
It's over!
Here goes!
Eternal devastation!
Here, let me help!
Double demon fang!
Raging Luna Storm! Leave the ensnaring to me.
And to me!
It's over!
That move!
Raging storm!
Here comes the big one!
This is some punishment.
You'll pay for that!
Raging cascade!
You're mine! It's over! Try harder! My turn! Is this it?
Resuscitation! That's quite a healing art! I'm
rest
enough
for the wicked.
astral energy as it is! One more! Searing flame! Reload! Poodle! I'll bring you back from death's
mercy.
abyss! Fairy circle!
Allow me to help you.
Unique! Photon blast! Lightning descent! And now
Raging Luna Storm!
Arc seal! Don't mind if I do! I can't hold on much longer!
I didn't think you had it in you.
Focus. There'll be time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
No further!
So that's how a lord fights.
I don't perform as well when I'm disturbed.
I'm going to... Pretend I didn't hear you say that.
It's over!
Dance in the wind!
I'm gonna need more of that.
The enemy is going all out! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
The abyssal
Let's get you all tucked
clear for
away!
us a path!
Freezing raging storm!
You're mine!
Our expert coming through!
Elusive deity! You're mine!
Now or never.
Arrow squall!
In a bind?
A freezing storm!
Take it!
Can you take it?
I tornado darkness!
That's
Freezing
light.
storm!
Can't move!
Forgive me. This is my fault. No further.
Shattering the pieces! Gales, carry out in your dreams! Resuscitation! Photon dance in the wind!
Smash you! Knock it into next week!
Lightning seal!
Come on!
This one's mine!
You're finished! Eternal devastation! Ignition! Slot!
Pride was my
Here's a
downfall.
healing
Double
arc.
demon
Please
fang!
now. First aid! This will come in handy. Photon!
Resonate with the
Here's a
earth!
healing arc.
Stalagmite!
First aid!
I'm in your debt.
Double demon fang!
Wind storm! Energy! They're not playing around!
Try harder!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Yeah, he fucked me up. Why everybody's using the CP is beyond me, though.
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Danon Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Niaz.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking, I'm joking! Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alphen.
I'll just, leave you two alone.
I just gotta get to a save point now. However, I don't know how I'm gonna do that with being stuck in this spot. Oh yeah, I got it. There was that. I'm an idiot.
I can't believe this. To think they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that lord actually be?
Beats me. That said, there's no point wandering around aimlessly trying to look for her. We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Danans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Danans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
Finally, some open space again.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
I feel all bent out of shape.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Alrighty guys, that's where I'm going to leave this for tonight. Tomorrow and Saturday, it's going to be some Vindictus. Since I can't get the Vanguard beta to do what I need it to, it's very laggy on stream, even though for me the game is running perfectly fine. So, I'll leave the beta alone. I'll play a little bit on my own time. But thank you everybody so much for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.